don't say what they say, but they know they love it. See my wave on the surf, I'm on it. Came to have to be a goddess, and I'm being modest. I'm from the milk.
Hello, this is Medea Crawford. I'm here at DSDT. We are practicing a podcast, and I'm here with Ramon on a very interesting subject. The subject is on the divine masculine and divine feminine in relationships and how we relate with one another. The divine feminine and masculine, I say divine because it is a way that we retain our integrity, a way that we stay whole, meaning mind, body, and spirit connected. One of the things I was discussing with Ramon, and one of the things that I said is that the divine masculine and feminine is within both men and women. And what I have to say about that is that the divine masculine is always protective of the divine feminine. These are energies within man and woman, and they are also principles that man and woman either polarize to one or the other. But to be in balance is to have both and to embody both the masculine and the feminine principle. A lot of times I hear men complain about women being too strong or too manly and not feminine enough. Many men are passive aggressive, and this is the reason why I say women have to become a little more masculine in order to meet or match the energy that they are experiencing from the man. So I have Ramon here, and I'm going to let him touch on the subject a little bit with the things that I've been saying. So Ramon, what do you think about the woman being a man as well as a man being a man, and how that relates in our relationship with each other?
Well, thank you for the question, Medea. My name is Ramon, and I am the Allen Iverson of podcasting. I don't do practice. This ain't practice. This is real. But first, let me give you my disclaimer. For all you women who sit up there or be offended by what I say, put on your dickies, put on your combat boots. I'm going to offend you. But keep in mind, before you get your feelings hurt, I like strong women. I don't like loud women. I don't like rude women. I don't like bad people. So, excuse your feelings. I'm not going to. Now, my opinion of women who are, was it spiritually strong?
Women who embody the masculine inside as well as the feminine.
Okay. Well, masculine women, this is just my opinion, of course, and you're not going to like it, like I stated before. There's nothing wrong with a strong woman. Everything is wrong with a loud woman. For some reason, loud has been confused with strong. They're not the same thing. Excuse me.
Let me touch on this loudness. I
Yes.
think a lot of times women may feel a need to exert their voices because the man has asserted his voice. But I don't think any woman is into confusing strength with loudness. I think that the masculine within a woman is necessary because women have to protect their integrity. You have to protect yourself as women. So I say that to say that we must protect ourselves and not depend on an outside force for protection. And that's just a simple thing. Like if you see a man approach you and he doesn't resonate with what's going on within you. As a matter of fact, you don't like him, or he's coming off too assertive or too anything. There is the masculine within you that's going to respond and feel like it's not a match. So it's that masculine within the woman that is offended, that may decide it's a no. Because he's being protective. That masculine side within the woman is being protective of her feminine side. The feminine side is when she releases that because she feels comfortable. So that's why I say women do embody both energies. They embody the masculine energy and the feminine energy, without which she wouldn't know how to repel some men and be attracted to the other man. So the woman, it's necessary for her to have that masculine within. What do you think about that?
I think that's utopia based on several reasons. In my opinion, most women are not that honest. Like most women just like to go on, say, dates. Women date for two reasons. Men date for one. The two reasons women go out for is they want to be wined and dined, a.k.a. they want a freebie. They just want someone to wine them and dine them so they can feel good about themselves. Or they might be interested in a guy. Most likely is number one. Men date for one reason, sex. That's it. The only thing is the marketing campaign we put forward. We could be direct marketing, say, hey, I want to do you, or play the game and like, okay, 4 or 5 dates. Let's see what happens.
Well, let's say that. When a man is playing the game, whining and dining for sex, then he gets what he get. If the woman is hungry, she may go on that date for eating. You know, and that's just the way it is, because if he was direct and said what he said, then he would get an answer without being spent, without having to spend.
I disagree.
He's going to get an answer one way or another.
I strongly disagree.
How do you disagree?
Most people are not sincere. Most people do not like to be called out on their BS. I'm not a dater for this reason. I don't date, I close. And let me tell you what I mean by close. If I see somebody I'm really interested in and we vibe, I'm going straight after you. I'm not going to give you the option, and I will appear to be very mannish in the first week or two. I don't want to give you the option to mess up. Because if you give somebody options and choices, they're going to pick the wrong one consistently.
So explain me this. So how would you go about in a direct way? So you like this girl. You want her. You're going after her.
Yes.
Are you going to ask her out?
Yes. But I'm not going to sit up there and super overly plan. I'm a spontaneous person. I go on my gut. I go on feelings. Like, I'm not going to say, hey, say on Monday, and then to say, hey, let's hang out Saturday. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just say, hey, probably on Friday, hey, what you doing tomorrow? Let's go. What we doing? It doesn't matter. Because I am under the belief that it doesn't matter where you're at. It matters who you with.
Does it matter when you ask this girl out? Because remember, you want her.
Yeah.
You want her. You're going to ask her out.
Mm-hmm.
She might just be hungry.
Okay. That's up to me to figure out.
Okay. But what I'm saying is, on this date, this first date, are you telling her what you want? Sex. Did you tell her you want sex?
I don't date. I don't see women for sex. I'm not in my 20s. I'm not in my 30s.
Earlier you said that men, so you meant only younger men want women for one reason. Date for one reason, which is sex.
See, you're thinking of sex. Well, it could be sex immediately or sex down the line.
Well, you said that.
No, they are the same, but sometimes a man just wants sex immediately.
Oh, but this woman that you're attracted to, you want sex eventually.
No, eventually, yeah. I don't want a buddy. I don't want to spend money on a buddy. No.
You want her for long-term sex.
I guess that's the way to put it, yes.
Okay. So you're going to bullshit her on this first date.
No. I'm not trying, if I ever date, so-called date, I'm not trying to hit it and quit it on one date. I would just hit it and quit it right there as soon as I meet you.
Okay, but because you like her, because you like her,
The
you're
so-called
not
dating is
because you
BS.
like this woman, you want her. You're going to treat this date differently than being direct and going for the sex on being direct, because you're saying that you put women in these categories of how you're
I
going to
have
treat
three.
them.
I have three categories.
Okay, what's your categories?
Friends, sex, or somebody I'm really interested in.
Okay.
I never interchange the category because that's where confusion comes in and people get messed up.
Okay. Now, how would you feel about women putting men in those categories? Free meal, i.e., free meal for this date, or
I'm okay with that.
I'm interested in seeing maybe where this going to go, or long term, let me be on my best behavior.
I'm okay with that because it's up to me to recognize that fact. That's
Okay.
me. If you fool me, that's my fault. If you don't fool me, and I'm sure somebody can, but I'm pretty much on top of my stuff. I'm like Kevin Samuels and Corey Holcomb combined into one person. If you could get me, hey, you got me. Or I'm hard.
Well, so let's get back on the subject when I say that women embody the masculine and the feminine.
Yes.
And what I'm saying about that, if a woman does not have the masculine within, she's not going to be able to protect herself from whatever men bring. Because like you said, men are playing games.
So
Men are playing games. So if you meet this woman and she's expecting you to protect her, she's up the creek.
Why you say
Especially
that?
if you're playing games. Because think about it now. You just said now you're going to
Can I
put...
ask you a question?
Sure.
Why do you think I'm playing games?
You want this
what?
woman. You said earlier you said that women date for one reason and men date for one reason.
No, women date for two reasons. Men date for one reason.
Okay, I stand corrected. You did. You said one is to free meal, wine and dine, and what was the other reason?
They might actually be interested in it, but most likely it's the puff and fluff.
And
wine
what is the
dine.
only reason that men date?
Sex.
Okay. But now you switch to three reasons depending on the woman, because you said that
A
you're
woman
not
come
going
in
to
through-
you're not going to be direct and tell her you just want sex. And I'm like, the date is the
I never-
perfect time to do that.
I never said I would not. I say women come in three categories to me: a sex partner, or somebody interested in, or just a friend. It all depends on chemistry. I go by chemistry.
Okay.
That's it. That's the only thing that moves me now.
Okay. So what is your, tell me about this masculine woman other than loud, because a loud woman, why does that come off as masculine to you and not just a loud woman?
I think it's confusion on the female's behalf, because she'll say, I'm a strong, haven't you ever heard the term, I'm a strong woman, strong black woman, and they're just loud and ignorant?
No.
I have several times. If you look on social media, it's there. You just have to look.
So you're saying that the loud women are the masculine ones?
They think that they are masculine because they're loud. They think they're strong. I use the term strong.
Okay, we're gonna cut for a minute. We're gonna refocus and take a few minutes for a commercial break, and then we'll get back.
Do you have back pain, problems with digestion? Mama's Luna is selling herbal teas. Right now we got dandelion tea, which is good for digestion. Another favorite is pine needle tea. Whether it's ashwagandha tea or peppermint tea, Mama's Luna is now stocking herbal teas for sale. A full line of herbal teas.
Hello, we're back on the mic, and this next section we're going to talk about why women do come off a little aggressive and more masculine than the man that they are actually dealing with. And one of the things I like to say is that a lot of times men are not always being the masculine that they pride themselves as being. And I think that has a lot to do with our society and the way our employment is, because a lot of the men are employed, they're not self-employed. So when they're going to get these jobs, they are placed in a passive situation. You know, it's almost like to give you an example of what I mean by passive, a doctor-patient situation, or a boss employee situation. It puts men in a passive, aggressive place. And so a lot of times women have to deal with the men. They come home from work and they may still be in that passive place. And so the woman, if he's coming from a feminine energy, she can only respond in a masculine energy. So a lot of times what men should do, if they're dealing with their woman and she's loud or she's aggressive, they might want to look at how they're coming off, or how they're putting forth their energy, and make a change that way, as instead of outwardly making her the enemy, being the way that she's being. Because energy, it flows. And so where one is being feminine, the other one is going to be masculine, and that's just the way it goes. Ramon, what do you think about that? So basically what I'm saying is that if you're dealing with a woman and she's acting aggressive, loud, and being masculine, maybe you're being feminine. What do you got to say about that?
In some cases, that could be true. The way to eliminate that problem, whoever you're dealing with, you need to ask yourself, am I more aggressive? Am I more passive? Can I deal with the person being aggressive? Can I deal with this other person being passive? That's a self question. When I go into a relationship with somebody I think I'm interested in, I just ask myself 3 questions. Am I good for her? Is she good for me? Can I deal with her faults? Most people ask me, well, why don't you ask her if she can deal with your faults? I'm not concerned with that. That's her issue. Only she can ask that question. If I could deal with your faults, I am good. I could be passive and aggressive. There are times for me to be passive. Like I've always said, I want a woman who can cover my weak areas. I don't need somebody who's matched with me on my strong areas. I can step up and be a man. I can also let her take the lead, run point. I don't want the lead all the time. That is tiring. She can step up to the plate. She might be better than me in this, that, and the other. Like me, I'm bad with details. I'm a big picture. I can start, I can finish. I'm A to Z. I'm not B through X. I'm not that dude. I'm not worried about the details. Strong women, I love them. Like I said, loudness does not mean strength.
So
and
you
that's
just
the confusion, in my opinion.
Okay, so you just got a problem with loud women, and I like the fact that you can
Confuse women
go
also.
back and forth and allow the woman to lead, because that points to balance, and that's definitely what's needed, because
My name is Mr. Wonderful. But go ahead.
Okay, Mr. Wonderful. Well, let me know something about this. Are you in a partnership now? Do you have a lady right now, Mr. Wonderful?
Not even close. Nope.
Well, what are you wanting one right now? Are you working towards it, or you're getting yourself ready? What you doing, Mr. Wonderful?
Right now, I'm kind of working on me, but also, I don't like the new normal. It's too many bitter women in the world. I don't have patience. Like I said, I am Kevin Samuels and Corey Holcomb combined into one.
That's a powerful combination, man. That's just
Too powerful.
man. When I say powerful, I mean that's just too much. That's just too much testosterone. I'm serious. So tell me something. Did you know how Kevin Samuels died?
Yes, being a thought.
Absolutely. Too much testosterone.
No, he was just a man, just doing man things. That's
Okay. Well, tell me this, Mr. Wonderful. Tell me this now. So, do you have compassion for these women out here?
I care for what I care about. There's no BS with me. I was basically, you could call me a man thought. Used to just sleep with women just because I had the opportunity. But I've never been a womanizer. I was a thought. A womanizer will lie to a woman to get what he wants. I didn't care. I just saw the opportunity. This was basically my decision in my man brain as I was in my 20s and 30s. Do I play video games? Do I sleep with her? That's what it basically came down to. Probably 90% of the women I slept with, I wasn't trying to. I just saw the situation.
So you was just enjoying life and having a good time.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I've never cheated. I've never cheated in my life.
Okay, ain't nothing wrong with that. So, but I don't know if you really understood my question.
I'm sorry.
Let me rephrase the question a little bit better. Do you have, I used the word compassion before, but do you really feel for the women of today and what their plight? Do you think about, what women have to go through in this world? I know it's rough on men. But as a man, you got to know if it's rough on men, that it's got to be kind of rough on the women too. So it kind of puts you in a, in sympathy or in a caring, like you got some men who really love women and they, they think about women, and some men, they don't unless they have a daughter and maybe granddaughters, But I know you don't have any children, and I really want to know, do you think about the women? Do you care about the women and what their plight is in this world?
This is how much I care. It irritates my soul to this very day on what I've seen of how black women act and treat themselves. It's not because I'm being negative. I saw what once was and what it is now. So I care probably too much. I probably care more than them.
Okay. So do you think that the plight of women today, do you think we're doing it to ourselves, or do you think that we are just victims in the way that the world is changing? What you spoke about, the new normal. Do you think that we are mostly victims, or are we mostly victims of ourselves?
I'm guessing at this halfway, because I'm going back before my time. And I'm just speaking about black people, because that's primarily just who I know. The black family, or the demise of the black family, has caused a lot of problems. I believe you need two parents. You might not need two parents in the same house, but you need two parents. So if you don't have two parents, you only get one perspective in life, and that can hurt you, in my opinion.
What are you doing I know you don't have children, and so you're not, you're doing your part in that, and I know you said that if you ever were to have children that you wanted to be married, so it looks like you're sticking through to that. But is there anything more you can do to maybe encourage families on getting together and maybe even mentoring young men and helping them be less selfish about their physical needs and giving them a long shot on family and being heads of family. Are you doing anything today?
Short answer, no. I don't feel like I can do anything. Because young men have to go through their, what I consider, you could call it their promiscuous stage.
What about women? I think women have a promiscuous stage as well.
I'm not a woman. I have no idea. So I can't speak on that.
We do.
So
I think I think women having a promiscuity stage is cringeworthy towards men. And I think maybe Ramon can talk about that better. Women sowing their oats, so to speak. What you got to say about that? Does that make you cringe?
no, because I learned in junior high, never ask a young lady, how many people have you slept with? Because there's one good answer, no answer. Because no matter what number she tells me, from 0 to 500, there's no good answer. 0, you telling me you're a virgin. If you're telling me you're a virgin, you know what that means? You don't know nothing. What good are you? If you told me whatever number after that, in my mind, oh, you too damn easy. Why the hell am I talking to you? So I learned in junior high, never ask that question. I'm not concerned about your body count. I don't care. I care about where's your brain at now. That's my job to figure it out. I got 10 minutes to do it.
Okay, now that's a very specific answer, but let me see if I can get someone with a different answer on the mic. Talking about promiscuity and women and what a man feels about a woman's body count. Let me know. Now, we're going to get Tyler on the mic. Tyler, what do you feel about a woman's body count, and does it matter?
Personally, okay, for me, I do and don't care about the body count. I'm not exactly sure on how to put it. I mean, like with what Ramon was saying earlier, if you got 500 bodies or something like that, yeah, I'm gonna be a little bit, I'm not gonna really want to date you, but see, this is the hard part.
I'm going to have to cut you off, Tyler. I kind of sense you're not being completely honest about that. Do you want a woman with a body count or not? Do you prefer her to be pure? Let me know.
Do I prefer her to be a virgin?
I mean, closer to one than not.
Closer to one, yes. But do I care if she's been with 10 guys? Not necessarily. It's like with what Ramon was saying earlier. Is it, no matter what you tell me, it's not going to be a good thing. So I would rather have you not say. I'd rather never ask that question. Because, okay, let's just take it from my girlfriend right now. This conversation actually came up a couple of days ago. She has been with, if I'm not mistaken, I think she said 7 or 8 guys before me and her met. I don't necessarily care about that until she got into the specifics of it. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about that. I've only been with 3 women in my life. So I guess I just don't really understand the question. I don't really care too much.
You didn't care to hear, basically. You didn't care to hear it.
I didn't care to hear it, no. But what's that old saying called? Ignorance is bliss.
Okay, exactly.
I don't necessarily care if you ain't telling me. But if you tell me that you've been with 50 men, yeah, no.
Okay, y'all, there we have it. We have it spoken. I think that men just really want their women to be pure and closer to virgins than not, and whatever, no matter what it is, please keep it to yourself. And there we have it. But hope this show has been inspirational. Hope it helps somebody, and we certainly had a good time doing it. So thank you, Tyler. Thank you, Ramon.
Thank you,
and this has been a great show. Thank you.
I'm a someone reality feels like a dream. Nothing's really what it seems.